inside. Every truth they try to hide. Mattz won't be denied. Reality shattered, can't confide. Voices echo in his hell. Deep inside, every truth they try to hide. Every truth they try to hide. Mattz won't be denied. Reality shattered. Beyond the rabbit hole, deep inside, every truth they tried to hide. Mattz won't be denied. Reality shattered, can't confide. Voices echo in his head, reading signals left unread, unraveling the tangled thread, running circles till he's tired. Beyond the light, beyond the veil, he questions where others hail. Conspiracies won't derail Mattz on his endless trail. Beyond the light, beyond the veil, questions where others stay true. Conspiracies won't derail Mattz on his endless trail. Mattz on his endless trail, can't confide.
Mattz in the streets, tinfoil cram, eyes wide open, ain't sleeping now. Matrix crack, truth slowly unravel. Down the rabbit hole we travel, we travel. Mattz in the alley, ranting about the ghost. Everyone a puppet, can't trust the host. Sleeper agents looking coast to coast. Mattz got the drop, toast to the most. In his pocket, proof for the plot. Fade to black, now connections red hot. Blueprints of a world they trying to control. Mattz trying to save every soul, every soul. Mattz in the alley, ranting about the ghost. Everyone a puppet, can't trust the host. Sleeper agents looking coast to coast. Mattz got the drop, toast to the most. No going back to the wall. Maps and codes spot on the living room wall. Wiretaps gotta keep a low profile. Mattz in his files, going mile by mile. Mattz in the alley, ranting about the ghost. Everyone a puppet, can't trust the host. Sleeper agents looking coast to coast. Mattz got the drop, toast to the most. Mattz in the alley, ranting about the ghost. Everyone a puppet, can't trust the host. Sleeper agents looking coast to coast. Mattz got the drop, toast to the most.
Mattz is howling at the moon. Voices in his head rise like a tune. Sees the shadows twisting in his room. Sleuths a spider trapped in its cocoon. Paper scattered like autumn leaves. Knots and markers, webs he weaves. Whispering in cats, crazy he believes. King of chaos, patterns he perceives. Red pill, down the hole he slides. Chasing every secret, truth has died. Mattz, world he defies. Thinks he's holding the keys to undisguised. Tuned
unholy slides, chasing every secret truth has died. Mattz, world he defies, thinks he's holding the keys to undisguise. Red pill, down the hole he slides, chasing every secret truth has died. Mattz, world he defies, thinks he's holding the keys to undisguise. Tinfoil hat, crown on his head, connecting dots, a web of dread. Prophecies spill from the words he read, living in a puzzle strung with thread. Lost in signals, he sounded strong. Radio waves hum a cryptic song. In the darkness he thinks he belongs. Madness whispers where he's wrong.
Yo. Matt's got theories in his hat. Aliens and pyramids, swears on that. Government's a joke, kangaroo court in session. News a studio props, Spielberg's direction. Down the rabbit hole, truth or myth. Mattz leads, he's the undercover Smith. Tinfoil cap, dodging satellites. Eyes wide open, seeing beyond the lights. Chemtrails in the outback, whispering doubts. Strange secrets wrapped in the droughts. Signals in the cricket, waves in the surf. Crops in the rivers, deeper than earth. Down the rabbit hole, truth or myth. Mattz leads, he's the undercover Smith. Tinfoil cap, dodging satellites. Eyes wide open, seeing beyond the lights. Mattz claims facts in the brew, sipping truth like espresso, ready to spew. Bigfoot in the bush, tracking the steps. Whispering firesides, campfire preps. A land so wide, stories untold. Mattz digs, mysteries unfold. Critters and cryptids in the southern fold. Vortex of secrets buried in gold. Down the rabbit hole, truth or myth. Mattz leads, he's the undercover Smith. Tinfoil cap, dodging satellites. Eyes wide open, seeing beyond the lights. Mattz claims facts in the brew, sipping truth like espresso, ready to spew. Bigfoot in the bush, tracking the steps. Whispering firesides, campfire preps. A land so wide, stories untold. Mattz digs, mysteries unfold. Critters and cryptids in the southern fold. Vortex of secrets buried in gold. Down the rabbit hole, truth or myth. Mattz leads, he's the undercover Smith. Tinfoil cap, dodging satellites. Eyes wide open, seeing beyond the lights. Down the rabbit hole, truth or myth. Mattz leads, he's the undercover Smith. Tinfoil cap, dodging satellites. Eyes wide open, seeing beyond the lights. Down the rabbit hole, truth or myth. Mattz digs, mysteries unfold. Critters and cryptids in the southern fold. Vortex of secrets buried in gold. A land so wide, stories untold. Mattz digs, mysteries unfold. Critters and cryptids in the southern fold. Vortex of secrets buried in gold. Beyond the lights.
slips in foil crown just for free. He says the truth's out there hiding. Every conspiracy
Howdy,
he's been
people.
writing.
Just going to adjust a bit of volume for music and stuff. Bear with me. I don't know, maybe about there. I don't have an earpiece in, so I can't really tell. But let me know if that's a little bit noisy. Yeah. You get used to that. Yeah, so today we're talking about something I came across. Google removed Sirius. Yeah, you get delayed. Sorry, I'm talking to the my editor over there, and she's confused by delay. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we'll kick off. My wife normally does tarot on Sundays, so that might confuse a few of the people. So that happens, but that's fine. So we're not doing tarot today, that's for sure. We're looking at Sirius, as in the planet. I did a video last weekend, about prophecies, Hopi Indians, that kind of stuff, and it got a bit of traction, and from that I started rabbit holing a few things, and Sirius kind of was a part of, the Hopi Indian. We're talking about Sirius a lot through the prophecies and that kind of thing. So I started delving into that little rabbit hole, and it just got worse. I don't really know what I'm looking at, so if anyone out there knows more than me or has an opinion, feel free to throw that in the chat, because I'm no expert at any of this. I'm not an astrologist or anything at all. I like to have fun with conspiracy stuff. I'm not serious. I don't get wound up to it. I'm too old for that kind of stuff. So, but I find, these kind of things interesting. Anything rabbit holing, I'm burrowing down as quick as I can. Have a look, see what you can learn, keep an open mind. So I'm not saying I've got any facts for anyone. I'm just going to show you some very interesting stuff though. So I might just pull a slide up. Just bear with me a minute. We'll go... Oh, there's some red pills. I can't have too many images like that on screen, or I get flagged and banned. So, just bear with me. So maybe this one will do. So on screen, this photo was really, really hard to find. So we're talking about Sirius, as in the planet and that kind of thing. The Egyptians, the Mayans, the Aztecs, everyone loved that thing. More than our sun, they seem to love it. So there's something going on with Sirius. Again, not that I really know much about it, but really interesting stuff that I did find was this photo, which was very, very hard to find. It was hard to get photos of Sirius, and I'm serious. It's really, really hard to get photos of it. So anyway, this one, you can see Sirius A. We've got the dog star, is what they called it. Now, the dog star is interesting in the fact that if spell that backwards, it's God. Also, the Egyptians, they always walked around, they've got all their hieroglyphs with dog heads on their gods. So they like their cats, but they seem to really overlike dogs. And from what I understand, the reference is that it's the dog planet. So Sirius seems to have 3 stars that kind of work together. Sirius A, Sirius B, and C. C's a little bit of a funny one. It's a bit of a debate of whether it even exists, that kind of thing. So this is a normal photo of Sirius. Now, what I'm going to do is pull up the main part that we're talking about here, and I'll see if I can just find it. Just bear with me. See this one here? I might just adjust a bit of crap on my screen. Just move that ticker down a bit. Turn off that one. Sorry for any confusion out there. All right, so the thing you're seeing over next to me here, that's a picture of Sirius from skymap.org. It was also the same. Yeah, well, don't worry about it. Oh, is my audio out of whack, is it? All right. Well, that's annoying. All right. So I'm just getting editor telling me I've got a bit of delay going on. So I don't know if I can do much about that. That's slightly annoying. All right. Anyway, I can't do much about that now. Now, the programs that I'm using are fresh and new. So, to think I was going to get away with just being able to turn it all on and work, that was probably thinking a little bit too much. But either way, I'm being told I got a bit of delay, so slightly annoying. But anyway, I just want to move on anyway. There's not much I can do about that without shutting the stream down, so I'm not doing that. Anyway, we've got a picture here, Sirius A from skymap.org. And if you look at that, that is a terrible cutout. You can see the kind of orange cutout, the skin-coloured looking cutout there. It looks like my kid did it in kindergarten. Now, they would have had plenty of time to sort this out. This was 2007. So these photographs come from 2007. And this was done when the photo was uploaded. And with looking at Sirius and Google Sky and all the rest of them, why would they cut it out? Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, Sirius, it's a crazy thing. I'll give you an example here. I just feel like, they're hiding something by doing that. So in this photo, you've got Sirius A, Sirius B, the relationship between them. You can, sort of see the size difference in the slide that I showed you before. Sirius B is off to the side of the big one. So Sirius A is basically 10 times larger than our sun. It's 20 times as luminescent. So that's massive. That's like 20 times the burn of our sun. That to me is crazy. Just, I can't comprehend sizes in the universe. It's weird. I really don't understand space at all anyway, but that's pretty crazy. So it's the largest, most brilliant star in the hemisphere, and it's a blue-white star. Now, what kind of inspired me to do this one was the video I made of the Hopis, and I'm probably going to pronounce everything wrong because I'm not a Hopi. I'm, just an Aussie, so I don't really know how everything's done. But the blue Kachina, that was my version of it, the blue Kachina. It's a big part of their prophecy, and it seems to refer to Sirius, just like, again, the Egyptians and the Mayans and everyone else, So what's interesting about it, we've got things like 8.7 light years away from Earth. So that's quite close, within relative kind of universal things. Under 9 light years is pretty close. Most of the time when I hear about something, they're talking thousands of light years, which my brain can't even comprehend. I don't even know what they're talking about. It sounds weird. But anyway, so it's pretty close to us. Brightest star in the hemisphere that you'll look up to. So it's located in the jaws of the Great Dog, the Canis Major constellation. So everything in the photo that's on screen there, everything you can see behind it is a part of the Canis, kind of star clusters. The Canis thing and calling it a dog star and everything is pretty significant, again, to all these prophecies and all this kind of stuff. And then the weird part is that it's visible, and I'm an Aussie, so Southern Hemisphere, so I don't know what the Northern Hemisphere is doing. I'm not really that interested. I'll deal with my own, but most of the stats that I give are probably Northern Hemisphere. So we'll go with Northern Hemisphere. So it's in the evening sky from November to April, and then you won't really see it again. So it's towards the Orion's belt. I'll see if I can find a pretty picture of that. There we go. We've got that kind of stuff. So you can see Sirius as an example there. Now there's a link just being thrown up in chat. That link is to go to Skylab, which we can pull up. And we might as well do that now. I'll just throw in Skylab. All right, so this is live. So the link that's in the description or in the chat at the moment will give you the direct hit on Sirius. So this is Sirius. We're looking at it here. That's the weird cutout. Now, if I zoom in a bit, like, look how terrible that looks. That's a terrible cutout. Again, a kindergarten kid could have done better. But why did they put this cutout? That's fine. And what's this thing below it? Like, this thing's massive, like 10 times the size of our sun. And then you got this weird kind of spurty thing going on below it. All right, so we'll just zoom out of this thing a bit. Again, this is a live from Sky Map, I think this one is. So they went, well, I think I went in a little bit close to her. So this was Google Sky, had the exact same thing. Google Sky was interestingly shut down beginning of this year, 2024 beginning. So you won't be able to find this on Google Sky. I do have photos and that were taken before they took down Google Sky. But all these platforms, all these stargazing platforms have the same thing. They've got the big cutout. Like, that looks odd to me. Like, I'll zoom around. Like, there's nothing else, anything like that near it, apart from this wacky thing. Now, I don't know what that is, and it's really hard to touch the marker for it to tell me what star or constellation or whatever that is. But that's getting a bit sidetracked. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Look at Sirius. Like, what the hell is going on? Nothing else. Like, everything else looks normal, except for basically the closest, biggest thing to us. The thing you could pull out a telescope and have a look at, you know. So it's not like they're hiding this from anyone, but they are online on every single platform that I've found that's a stargazing one, all has this weird cutout. So this object is like 10 times brighter than our sun, or something, 20 times brighter than our sun, 10 times bigger, 20 times brighter. So I thought maybe it was just so bright that they had to put something in front of it because it was wrecking the gear that they were looking at it with. But that's not the case, because like they put this up and then they straight away did this dodgy cutout. When you see the sun, like you'll get pictures of the sun, and they'll put a disc in front of the sun so we can see everything going on around it, and, like, to block out, you know, extreme exposure and stuff. So I get that. But the discs that they use normally on these kind of programs, they're like, you know, good. They're made for the purpose. So I'm just interested as to why that happens, why it's such a dodgy looking thing. And it's still here now. So this is 2007. They did this cutout crap. And I went looking online, and there's really not a lot of information about why. So again, anyone knows anything, that'd be great. You just throw that in chat. All right, so that's the basics of Sirius. So A, B, C, there's different planets that all combine, that kind of thing. Now, there's lots of stuff said, like I've got some info in front of me. I'm not going to read it all out. It's a little bit boring. It just goes into kind of old mystical stuff and whatever. But at the end of the day, Sirius A and B are just amazing and weird. And the amount of stuff from the old dudes that they go on with is amazing. So Sirius B, which is kind of to the bottom right of this, and even if I zoomed in on this thing, I'd never be able to find it. Like if I zoom right in, it'd be down kind of bottom right. But anyway, I'm not going to go and try to find that live. It's just not going to work for me. I know it. Yeah, so Sirius A, the big one that we're seeing on screen there, it does a 50-year cycle. So it's an elliptic orbit. So every 50 years it does that kind of thing. Dragon tribes, we've got a fair few tribes that I'm just, you know, going through. I'm not going to talk about all the different tribes who followed this, but they seem to know about Sirius and Sirius B about 5,000 years ago. So well before, you know, we're talking well before anyone had a telescope. And they were seeing something next to Sirius. Like, obviously you could see Sirius, you walk outside, have a look. It's just sitting there every night. You know, like, you know, it's how it works. I'll just go back to this sort of simple diagram thing here. So this would be, again, Northern Hemisphere. So you got Sirius up to the left there. And you can see that Sirius and Venus are about the same kind of, you know, glow to them. Yeah, so Sirius A and Sirius B, which is, it's not really its moon, but it does orbit it. You know, I'm just kind of reading. Again, I just threw this junk together. I'm not over planning when I come live and do this kind of thing. I'm just interesting, you know, to see this kind of thing and to see if anyone else knows much about it. All right, I'm just kind of scrolling through a bit of stuff here and there. We'll see what we go. Yeah, I don't want to go into too much detail about anything much, but the main thing I'm picking on today is, you know, this cutout. Again, you should go and have a look. Like, this is skymap.org. Again, the link's there. You can play with it yourself. You can see what I'm talking about, and go on any of the others and have a look for yourself, because I just find it weird and interesting. And again, this is 2007, and now we're 2024, near the end of it, nearly 2025. And this is exactly how it's been left. So to me, that kind of tells me it was deliberately done. Maybe just when people notice to say, you know, WTF is that? And why was it done like that? Why is it so unprofessional? Deliberately. The amount of satellites that they use to map these, like the sky, like for Skynet and Google Sky and everything, they're amazing. Like, all right, you've got Slogan Digital Sky Survey. Digital Sky Survey Consortium. I won't bother sending all the links for these. NASA, ESA's Hubble telescope, NASA's Hubble telescope as well. They kind of go halves in it or whatever. Yeah, hi to the comments. Thanks for commenting and all. I'll try to answer any questions. But again, like, I'm just Mad Mattz. I just get mad about stuff and get on here and yell. So, you know. All right. So what else we got? We got the Space Telescope Institute. All these people funnel all this information into these programs. So the shot we're seeing on SkyMap is like a combination of about seven different observatories. Actually, it's a bit more than that. And they all mash their data together to give us these massive maps of everything around us, which is, you know, good on them. But they've all got the same cutout. So I find that really strange. Wouldn't you think one of them wouldn't have this weird cutout? And I just, yeah, the cutout's just too weird. So we'll go back in and have a look at our little slidey thing, see if there's anything. All right, so here. All right. So you can kind of see the constellations here. We've got Sirius up there, and everything's major. So I think it's Canis Major in the sky up there. So this planet goes behind the sun a lot. So it goes behind our sun. A lot of the prophecies, and well, not even all. It's not all just prophecies. It's like, you know, the Egyptians and that kind of thing. That their new year begun with the star Sorbent, Saurus in Greek, Sirius in Latin, so the same thing we're talking about here. It rose early in the morning. It was known for a hectical rising. So you see Sirius, it gets the closest to the sun, and then it disappears from our view because it goes behind our sun. So it only comes out for, you know, so many months a year, which is also interesting that this seems to be the sun behind the sun. So our sun is a dot compared to this giant. And it seems to be like if the sun, like all the ancients worship the sun and that kind of thing. But I can see why they would have worshipped Sirius, because it's the sun of suns. It's massive. It's crazy compared to our sun, and it's blue and white. So, like, that's a temperature thing. You know, you turn on your gas stove, and orange, like our sun, is cool. You put on a welder, and that spark is damn hot, and it's blue or white. So it's kind of showing, you know, the general viewer that it's spectacular. It's an amazing. It's got a lot of heat, or whatever it's got. Now, I did have one person I was talking to who's a bit of an astronomer buff, like he knows a lot more than me, and he was telling me that it had waves, or it ripples. So it does some sort of funky thing. I'll see if I can find a photo of what he was showing me. All right, so something like this. So that kind of photo. So this ripple effect, that's a shot, like a time-lapse shot of Sirius, and it has like an elliptic orbit. I don't know if you'd call it that, but you can kind of see how it's to Earth, to the viewer. It doesn't just sit still in direct center. So if you put a time lapse on, you get these weird kind of photos, and you can kind of see how that's emanating off the center of it. Don't even ask me what the blue stuff is shooting out of it. I don't know. Maybe that's kind of, I don't know. And again, like these photos are all pre-AI. So I don't really like pulling on photos because of AI, unless I can find them dated to more than 5 years ago, because pretty much nowadays, nothing you see you can trust, which is a real shame, but at the same time, it is a tool, and hopefully humans use it the right way and don't be a bunch of tool bags with it like most things. But anyway, so an interesting orbit that it has in relation to Earth. Like that kind of picture, again, it's time-lapse. It's not AI, it's time-lapse stuff. And the way it spins and everything it does is just unusual compared to everything else, you know, out there in the sky. And it seems to be that a lot of the ancient, like Egyptians and whatever, were more concerned about Sirius than they were our sun. Even though they worshipped our sun, they almost seem to be saying that it's not the life giver, our sun isn't, and that Sirius is. Because it's just so much bigger, and it's blue and it's white, and it does all this other stuff. All I don't want to ramble on for too long. Like, I don't want to, you know, confuse the whole topic. So my main thing today is talking about this thing, you know, like, why did that happen? Why is that cutout so crap? There's so much to this. I could sit here for literally hours talking about each prophecy that talks about Sirius. I think everyone's heard the word Sirius. Like, you know, it's whether you understand what it was or not, but it's in everything I read. I've read a lot of books about, you know, Mayans, Aztecs, whoever. They always mention it. It's such a massive part. And the Hopi story that I did the other day, like, it's just a video that took off, you know. Me and my wife, we're going to do a lot of lives and a lot of that sort of stuff. It's not always like this. Like, Mattz is something I came up with basically yesterday, threw this production together, quickly sorted out my computer to throw all this gear on it. But what we're doing in the future will be videos like this. Like, I enjoy stuff that's, you know, interesting, mind-bending even. But we do a lot of health, a lot of DIY was really what I did. But we decided, you know, the channel that we've got, Wheel in the World, it's a bit of everything, which doesn't really rank well with, you know, all the search engines and the social pages and stuff, because I think we're kind of confusing. But, like, for example, tomorrow my wife will do tarot. And if you've not seen anyone who can hit the mark every time, just read the comments in that. And that's crazy. It's another weird thing, you know, we can't explain it. No one really knows much about it, really. But, you know, people are very connected. And people seem to know stuff, like all the Egyptians and stuff. 5,000 years ago, they were talking about Sirius and realising that it had 2 other planets. Again, I don't want to go too deeply into it, but Sirius with the 3rd planet, the one that even scientists are a bit like, oh, I don't know, that's a bit iffy, dude. You know, that would make things like the astrology, the 13th, you know, sign and all that kind of stuff. So again, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not an astrologer, I'm not an astrologist, I'm not any of those things. I'm just someone interested in weird stuff. So yeah, this kind of thing, I'll probably do maybe every week, every Saturday. Mindy will do her lives on Sunday, which is tarot and stuff like that. And during the week, we do post videos and whatever. We didn't plan on really doing lives at the moment, like yet. We were kind of aiming for next year, but you know, these are just a bit of practice, a bit of get out there kind of stuff, and test the gear, because it's taken us a while to get gear that's, you know, usable. So anyway, I don't want to bore you all to death. I could go on with a few things. Like, I have a video here which is an interactive, it's another Skylab kind of thing. And I was using Sirius as an example, having Sirius B orbiting around Sirius, and seeing what the chances of a supernova were, because I'm still trying to work out why they did the dodgy cutout. Now, the astrologer friend telling me that it makes waves on its surface and they can't explain it. Well, to me, that's not a bad reason to cover it up. If science can't explain it, they're not really good at explaining much when I kind of, you know, listen to a lot of the stuff that goes on, and we all seem to be stuck around the Einstein science crap. You know, we can't seem to get beyond some basic rules that I'm sure can easily be broken, or pretty much Sirius itself could probably break those rules with, you know, if it supernovaed, I tell you, the stuff that'd fly here would come faster than light. But as an example of, like, just my idea of why they would do this dumb cutout thing, if it did ripple, like if it looked like a sun but it had waves just caressing all over the planet and they can't explain it, well, they got to hide it, because, you know, science doesn't like to look stupid. It likes to kind of overcomplicate things to the point where you can't understand what they're talking about. So, being that said, I couldn't find any photos or videos of this ripple effect, apart from the one photo that I put up before, you know, which is, it doesn't really prove anything. It's a photo, and again, even before AI Photoshop's a thing, but apparently it's a true photo of the ripple effect of the planet. But then they're talking more about the planet actually having waves of energy, and that pours out into the universe. So that sounds pretty spectacular. Like, our sun probably does the same, but it's probably not in the way that I was being told. Apparently it does that. And the guy I was talking to has very, very powerful telescopes, and he hates conspiracies too, so he's not really into it, but that was what he was telling me. And he also was saying that the luminescence of it is so strong that they might have just done the cutout to stop exposure into their cameras and their satellites and all their gear. Well, that kind of sounded fair enough, but why so amateur? It doesn't feel right to me. Now, the video that's behind me, I won't over-explain what it was, but basically that's Earth, not looking really healthy at the moment. But basically what happened, that big cloud behind there, was the equivalent if Sirius B basically lost a lot of, was dripping energy into getting sucked into Sirius A, the big mama. That could create a supernova, which happens. I actually did a video the other day about another planet that was supernovaing. It does it every 80 years. And basically that's what happens. The two planets get really, really close and they start stripping each other of hydrogen and different things, and it creates thermonuclear reactions. So I'm not going to go into this video too much either because it actually goes for a long time. But that is Sirius A if it's supernovaed and the effects on Earth. And it goes for a bit and then it kind of ends not well. So it throws our spins out, it does all sorts of stuff, pushes us out of orbits and moons are moving, and it'd be a drama. So I hope they're not got the cutout, because it's a possibility of this thing supernovaing. Again, it could have already supernovaed. Don't get me started on light years, because again, I don't know. I don't have a clue what's going on. But 9 light years away, to me, sounds like a long time. But in theory, that's 9 years, in theory. So if this thing supernovaed tomorrow, we're not going to know for a while. So it's kind of strange, the whole time in history, when you're looking at something that's actually history. Tonight, go out and look at Sirius, that's 9 years ago. So a bit strange. So if there was some big conspiracy, which I'm not really saying there is, I'd rather not worry about conspiracies like that because it wouldn't end well for everyone, but maybe that's due, who knows. But yeah, even simulations of Sirius are pretty crazy. Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, you can see it was cut bloody oath. Yeah, all right, I'll just kind of scroll down there. So I'm just looking at chats. Again, if you know more than me, God, come in and tell me all about it, because I don't claim to know anything about Sirius. I've done a couple of mornings. I get up pretty early in the morning, 5 o'clock or whatever, and I go searching for things that are interesting at that hour in the morning. And yeah, Sirius was this week's one. And again, from a video, which I might even put the video up at the end of this just so you can have a look at why I'm rambling on about Sirius and how I rabbit holed Sirius, because next week I'll probably be on something else. But I'm still down the rabbit hole with this one because at the moment in the background I'm talking to other people who, I don't know, they know more than me, which probably isn't really hard, especially on topics like this. And they're getting a bit angry about it all at the moment. But yeah, no one can really explain it. So very strange. So I might just pull that thing off because I can even fast forward it. But yeah, if Sirius supernovaed and if it was hidden for the fact that these ripples or whatever are a part of something prior to supernovaing, if I drag this video back, it might have the... Right, so there's Sirius. So I'll just do this little one bit. And you've got Sirius B running around it. You can see all that stuff getting dragged off Sirius. That's not good. So that's the shit. I hope it's not. And that just expands, and Earth, it's around there somewhere, and shebang, that's the end of you in 9 years. So be it. Anyway, that simulation is kind of long and boring and dragged out. But supernova, bad. For something that close to us, most things that supernova are 5,000 light years away, 100,000 light years, millions of light years away. So I'm not too worried about a supernova a million years away, but 9 years away, yeah, that'll be a little bit different. And again, light years. What's a light year? Just crazy stuff. Science. All right, I dropped a few notes. I'm just going to check some notes, and I do thank you for comments and watching and that kind of thing. I don't over push people for anything, but if you want to watch this kind of craziness from Mattz, on probably a Saturday I might choose. We haven't set anything in stone yet. Throw a subscribe in. do that kind of thing, as it helps the channel and whatnot. Comments help the channel, even if you all get into a big fight. That's good for me. I don't mind. So, all right. So yeah, my notes are a little bit long, and it's not really for today. It's I might come back after doing a bit more research myself, because I only spoke to someone an hour ago who knows a lot more than me, and he's just sent me a treasure trove of info, and I've got to go through that before I could really say much. But anyway, main part of the video was get on sky.map.org. There's the link in the description there. Have a look for yourself. This is live. Why is it so weird? Why do they do these things to me? Gets me up in the morning too bloody early thinking about stupid crap. And I don't know what that spurt is at the bottom. I just, at 6 o'clock to Sirius, what is that? What is that? And why is it there? I just don't know. So, all right, guys, because I'll start rambling too much, I might throw on the old Hopi video, just give you an idea of why I was rabbit holing Sirius today. And again, this was just more of a practice for me. I've come on half-baked my program. I had delay issues and a few things that I might have to look into why. But at the end of the day, yeah, just a little trial of my gear that I only just set up like a few hours ago. You know, I appreciate people come on, having a look at the craziness of what I do. That's no drama. Oh, Andrew Young, you were around. I've seen you before, Andrew. He's on Facebook. But yeah, look, the world and the universe is just really, really interesting. To watch the news makes it all look like boring human, you know, just stuff. But I think keeping an open mind is a good idea. And explanations, maybe I'll never get one for this thing. Again, been around since 2007, and the internet's not telling me. Anyone seems to have a reason as to why it's cut up. All right, so I might just throw on the Hopi video. So I might wrap this one up. It was a good little practice. I'll probably be a lot more organised in the future. I just came in, threw a bit of stuff up and, you know, kind of throwing it out there. But I might edit this one down, throw it up on the channel. And if you've got any comments or you find something, please come and tell me what you think it is, and with any links or whatever, because it's generally really hurting my brain, the whole thing. All right, guys, again, thanks for coming. Thanks for comments. Thanks for subs. Thanks for all that stuff. And yeah, I'll come back next Saturday. Either I might even tidy this one up a little bit and be a bit more informative. But again, I've got, yeah, too much information coming at me, and I'll read that, come back to you. All right, so I'm just going to throw on the Hopi Prophecy, the video I made. This one kind of took off. You know, we weren't really aiming for anything to do anything, but this one has a lot of interest, so I'll leave that one with you. Sorry if my intro was a little bit crazy too, but I think the music you know, a lot of people don't like music when I put it on clips or even having it behind me, but the music kind of explains to people what's going on here. Anyway, Mad Matt's signing out. This video is well worth watching at about the 140, 150 minute in, if you just, you know, wait till about then. One of the Hopis actually comes on and explains like his version of it all. With the Hopi, their gear's handed down. They do scribble on rocks and stuff, but a lot of word of mouth with this. It's very hard to find like a script that was written on a rock. It's not how it works. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with that one.
The Hopi prophecy, the man in the red hat, is mentioned in this prophecy, which specifically refers to a red cap, hat or gown worn by a leader on the North American continent. In a thought-provoking video shot decades ago in 1972, a prophecy emerges that resonates with our current societal dynamics. This prophecy speaks of a nation on the North American continent led by a figure wearing a distinctive red hat. Many have speculated about the meaning behind the red hat, notably the one famously worn by Donald Trump. The specificity of this prophecy is both intriguing and chilling. The vision of a pivotal nation. The prophecy describes a powerful nation with millions of people and advanced technology. It suggests that this leader, adorned with a red cap or hat, will play a crucial role in a significant transformation. However, this power comes with the potential for self-destruction, as they may shake us up real hard and nearly destroy themselves. The prophecy foretells that despite the turmoil, a new generation will emerge from the chaos, marking a transformative period. The dark skies and coming forces. However, the prophecy does not end on a hopeful note. It speaks of dark skies filled with ships descending upon the earth. The old man speaks of people raining from the sky, suggesting an invasion or sudden appearance of a dominant power. In a single day, these forces are expected to seize control of the entire continent, marking a dramatic shift in power dynamics.
Who are those
Watch the
people
video
that's gonna
filmed
purify
all the
this
way
land?
back in 1972.
How are they going to do it? So they explained to me, we have a gourd rattle that we still use in our ceremony. And that gourd rattle represents the world. On one side, this figure is on the drawing. And another one is on this side. There'll be a gold rattle. We still use them. The one old man told me, take a look. Whoever has this symbol in this world is going to shake us up 2 times. And it just came to me quickly. And I wondered, what nation ever someone something similar to this one? Because they will be very intelligent people. They're going to produce many inventions of all types. They're going to be so powerful that they're going to use that to shake us up real hard. And they're going to almost destroy themselves. But later out of it, a new generation is going to rise. This time they will know what to do in the right manner, for the right purpose. Then around it, the sun symbol. Those people are very intelligent people that have that symbol. They have produced many things, invent many things, and they become powerful. And they also shake us up 2 times, second time, with the help of another. These 2 have shook us up 2 times real hard, warning us. And they almost destroy themselves. But out of it, a new generation is coming, stronger, much better equipment, everything, powerful things going to be developed by these 2 people. Then the third one that will finally bring about purification of this land in this continent would be a man with red cap, red hat, or red cloak. Now we do not know who that nation is or what people, but they say those people will have a large population and they will also have much scientific inventions of all types, very powerful nation. Going to be. So once he starts moving, these others 2 will join him with all their power and might. The 3 of them going to come here quickly together, and nothing can stop them. This time they're going to come right here. They say even they're going to come here so fast they come here for breakfast. Now this is nice clear day today, calm, everything nice. Tomorrow morning maybe we get up at breakfast time, then the whole sky will be darkened. Old man said, I don't know what will cause it darkening of the sky. Then he said people will be raining from the sky. And in one day they're going to get control of this whole continent. And they're going to cut us up into 4 sections. And they're going to look for a leader that still remains, a native leader still remaining to the spiritual path. And to him they will gather people here to him. And they will say, now these people, I gave them the religion and the duty to produce things, to invent things, and to become powerful people. When they came here, what have they been doing to you? Now, suppose he was the last chief still remaining in this area. They will ask him, and they will say, well, those people have destroyed my people. They have taken care of and taken everything from my people, land, rivers, and hunting rights, and everything that I used. They just took it away from me against my opposition. Then those that have done that, what we call purification, would be the real wicked people. People who have taken advantage of them in that manner. These figures had no heads on them. That will be their supreme punishment. Because right in daylight, right in public, they're going to weed out those bad people and they're going to chop their heads off, they said. And that is what they said will happen. That's first punishment. Then they say, what about these people here? And he will look at them and said, well, at least they make an attempt to help us. They did try to do something to help us, protect it. And they will pull out all those people. They will know you can't get away. They said they'll have some means of catching you. And they will bring those people, there'll be a lot of those people. Then they will say, look, you have disturbed this land, life of these people. You have polluted their rivers and land and everything. Now you go and clean it up. And whoever survives out of that will be able to stay with the leader here. Then they say, what about these people? These people have really suffered, been persecuted and laughed at. They've been punished and they've been beat up also because they really stood by me. And they will pull out those people and they will be brought to him and they will be respected. That is what they said will happen at this period by the people that has this symbol and man with red cap and red coat. They will come from east direction, from where the sun rises. And they will come here quickly. And they will have something to paralyze all man-made machinery. Everything come to a standstill. All power will go out. All man-made machinery come to a standstill. And we will be helpless. Then they just come and take it over. And this is what they will happen to by those people that are coming from the east direction. Now, if those people are commissioned by the Great Spirit to do that for the Great Spirit, if we can't clean it ourselves here, and if they fail, then the Great Spirit said there are another people coming from west direction. They'll be coming here for a long time. They're just taking their time. Slowly they're coming and building up more power, more people, more invention, and all that, and they just kept coming. If these people doesn't come here to purify this for the Great Spirit, then this one will come. And they said, when that happens, don't get them on the housetop and watch, because those people are coming from the west direction. There'll be millions of people coming up on the west coast, like ants crawling up on the land. And they will have no mercy for anyone. They'll be very cruel and severe. They're not going to ask questions. They're just going to whip everything as they come. They're going looking for someone that will hold on to this spiritual path here. They're going to do that. This is what they said is going to happen. With these two purifiers on both sides are coming to this continent here where we started from, and we came back. We just about to destroy ourselves, mess it up. We can't straighten ourselves up. Then these purifiers will have to do it. This is what they said will happen here. So whoever comes out, then we will meet the Great Spirit. But if not, if no one listens, then these elders, religious men, will go down into the kiva, go through a ceremony, then they go over a prayer to four corners of this earth, to the above and to the below, and said, all right, none of these, my children, my people have listened to me or helped me. Now you take over.
The age of purification, the Hopi prophecy emphasizes a period of purification, urging us to reconsider our relationship with the land and its resources. According to the prophecy, when these beings arrive, humanity will be divided into groups based on their actions and stewardship of the earth. The consequences for those who have harmed the land will be severe, while those who have sought to protect it will be given a chance to rectify their wrongs. A call to action. This message is particularly timely as we witness changes in leadership, such as the emergence of figures like RFK, who aim to restore health to the land through regenerative organic farming and environmental stewardship. The prophecy serves as a reminder that we must not only acknowledge our past mistakes, but actively work towards healing the planet. The clock is ticking. As the prophecy suggests, the urgency to act is palpable. We cannot afford to be passive observers. Instead, we must engage in meaningful actions to restore balance. The time for reflection is over. Now is the time for decisive action. Share the message. This video, which encapsulates the essence of the prophecy, deserves to be shared widely. It is crucial for individuals, especially those in positions of influence, to understand the gravity of this message. The Hopi people's call for action resonates with the need for collective responsibility in healing our planet. In conclusion, as we navigate these uncertain times, let us heed the wisdom of the Hopi prophecy. Together we can work towards a future that honours the Earth and its resources, ensuring a balanced and sustainable existence for generations to come.
Sprinkle on some doubt. Every taste a hint of what it's all about. His ladle's a sword in his battle of the mind. Mattz cooking up legends you'll find. Smoking pits reveal a hidden sign. Every simmered sauce reads between the lines. Eyes wide open through the kitchen haze. Mattz sets the world ablaze. Mattz shows you how deep the rabbit hole goes. In each recipe, the mystery grows.